Hey guys, today I decided to test out a very average price e-bike on Amazon. So I ordered one in. This is the Philodo. It doesn't have a model number, but I found it is the H7. It's like $1,300 on Amazon right now. So today we're gonna see if it's any good, if it's actually worth buying or not. $1,300 is not that much, but it's still better be impressive because it's not $700. It's not $800, $1,300. But I'm not expecting the world out of it either. I mean, it's not, you know, $3,000 or $4,000. So I've ridden many an e-bike. I bet you this is going to perform exactly how I expect it to. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. This is the Philodo H7 e-bike. This is from Amazon, $1,300, shipped to your door. First, to get this out of our system right off the bat, it did come, it looks like it was shipping damage. There's also a crack here, so this definitely took a hit during shipping at some point. It looks like it does have an auto off feature, but it does work. It still works. You can't really read anything, but you can see that if you're clicking through the menu options, it does change the stuff. So anyway, I emailed their customer support, and so hopefully they get back to me and are able to replace the screen for me so I don't, you know, have to return this or anything, if I even can. Who knows? I don't know. So anyway, that's that. Looks like shipping damage to me. But overall though, this bike actually really does look really good. The blue, I don't know if it comes off on camera, but the blue is really vibrant. It looks really nice. I really like it. Anyway, specs on this bad boy. It's got a 1,000-watt hub motor in the back here. It is a 48-volt, I think it's like 14.4 or something amp hour battery pack. I could be wrong. And this is definitely a full-size e-bike. I am 6'3", 208 pounds. Actually, I'm getting heavier as I work out more consistently. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but anyway, so just smaller details now that we got specs out of the way. The grips are really nice. They're good rubber. It's not like the super cheap stuff you'd expect from like an e-bike from China or anything. It does have adjustable suspension up front, and it is a hardtail in the back, but it does have fat tires, so lots of road vibration will be taken out. Even though it doesn't have rear suspension, the tires are really going to help take out the bumps and the vibrations in the road. From my experience, hardtails are not necessarily a bad thing, but you will feel some of the bigger bumps. It does have a phone holder that is electronic. I'm not sure exactly how to use it, but it does plug into the actual wiring harness, so it's got to work somehow. Who knows? I'll figure that out in just a little bit. I believe it is a 21 speed because it's got 3 gears up front there and then 7 in the back. And here is the 1,000-watt hub motor here. We'll see how powerful it is. It is a 48-volt. So it probably won't be like super torquey, but it should get us up to some decent speeds. Has a tail light in the back, and it does have a headlight in the front. I don't know how to turn it on just yet. I'll have to refer to the owner's manual. Speaking of which, it does come with actually side mirrors too. I'm not sure how to put these on. I don't think I actually will, but it does come with mirrors. Charger, owner's manual, and it does come with a toolkit and whatnot as well. Another note really quick, this is a removable battery pack, so you can remove that battery pack and swap it out at any point if you want. And I think that's a really common battery pack, so if you had to buy a new one, I really doubt it would be very much to replace it. And it would be easy, just take it right off and swap it right back on. But yeah, overall, my general impression so far is really good. I was not really expecting much for $1,300 on Amazon, and I know there was some shipping damage, but even so, we can still ride it around right now if we want to. So I'll get it on a full charge really quick, and then we'll take it out to the street and see how it actually performs. I'm just gonna take it out really quick because I was actually messing with the settings. Check this out, how much torque this thing has. Oh, wait, I put it on the wrong setting, hold on. And then it should go one more. Dang! Yeah. So that is the highest setting right there. I can't read the screen. I can see it changing just a little bit every time I push the button. All right, I'm gonna set this thing to 19 PSI, because that's a max pressure it wants is 20. All right, that should be it right there. All right. Okay, let's get this thing out here and see what it can do. Oh, dang. That's not bad. Wow. All right. I think I need to adjust the fender just a little bit. When I brake really hard, it breaks. Nah, it rubs a little bit. All right, I'm gonna do a brake test. I'm gonna get like a full run and then freaking test these brakes out. All right, here we go, brake test. It's about as fast as I was gonna stop. Not bad for such a big bike. And the tires, the bigger the tire, normally the slower you stop. Not too bad though, not too bad. The brake pull, by the way, is pretty good as far as brakes go. I need to adjust the fender, that's for sure. I just need to tighten it up or something. It's not bad anymore. I just bent it a little bit like upwards. So it's not bad anymore. So maybe I'll just leave it. Well, anyway, really not bad. If I can get a new screen, I can see miles per hour and just like the actual screen. That would be nice to see the screen. But if nothing else, it'll come down to the capacity of the battery pack. So when I charge this up fully, we'll get it on a full range test. I'm just gonna freaking ride it like a motorcycle, shoot across town and back, see how many miles I can get on one charge. But it's decently quick though, so as long as it goes a decent distance on one full charge, you know, mileage wise, $1,300, I don't think it's too bad so far. Anyway, let's go get this thing charged up and then I'll bring you guys back tomorrow for like actually first person ride on it. And then we'll get this thing on a full range test and call it a day. Not super torquey up a hill, but not bad. All right. All right, about a week later, I did get sent a new screen, so let's get this thing installed and then we can take this thing on a legit first ride. All right, with the screen fixed, let's get this Filodo H7 out on its first ride. So just recap on specs really quick before I start talking about it too much. This is a 1000 watt motor, 48 volt, 17.5 amp hour battery pack, and it's about $1,400 or so on Amazon currently. Okay, with that said, first impressions are very good on this thing. For a cheaper type e-bike, like full-size fat tire, big old 26-inch tire e-bike, I would like, wow. I'm very impressed so far. This is not bad at all. And it's like a freaking 21 speed or something. All right, so this bike only has front suspension. It is a hardtail, so it does not have rear suspension, but front suspension, I always tell everybody, is really the only thing you need. If you're just not gonna be going too crazy, like super bumpy paths and whatnot, the hardtail does not really make much of a difference for e-bikes. But yeah, overall, so far, so good. It's a nice and smooth bike, it really is. Those tires are freaking huge. This is a full-size bike. I'm 6'3" and I'm 206 pounds or so. And this thing gets up to speed, dude. It says we're doing 31.5 miles per hour. Let me pull over and I'll get us an actual GPS reading of it. All right, so let me get out the speedometer app. This bike is a really good looking bike too. I'm really surprised it's only $1,400. Obviously I say that knowing that I haven't done the full range test yet or anything, but for $1,400, e-bikes are getting better and better. And it's crazy, you can buy something like this that literally can take the place of a car if you need it to, you know, for commuting and transportation, for $1,400 brand new, shipped to your door. Freaking crazy, dude. All right, it looks like we are tracking. Let's stick this thing in our pocket and get on our way, see what we can get for the top speed. Let's full send and just do this thing. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is slightly over what it actually is going. I think that it's probably not calibrated for such large wheels. This speedometer is probably calibrated for a slightly smaller wheel. And so it thinks we're going a lot faster. I didn't have quite enough room there. But let's just see what we got. It's actually accurate. How about that? 29 miles per hour right there. It was not even top speed. That is freaking crazy. So far, I'm really impressed. I'm actually saying this sincerely. So far, I'm actually really impressed. $1,400. This is, I mean, it's not even the top speed. It almost hit 30 miles per hour. And it says 17.5 amp hour. I'm just gonna leave this open, see if we can get anything faster than that. But this battery pack is also 17.5 amp hour, it says. So we should also see a decent amount of range on this thing on one full charge. And it's a 21 speed if you actually want to pedal. That's freaking impressive. I will say the build quality does not feel like super incredible. But like, it doesn't feel like a super high-end build quality bike, but the specs are speaking for themselves. Just the actual performance you're getting on this thing. That is hilarious, dude. All right, I'm gonna max this thing out again. See what we can get. Speedometer is still reading us and tracking. So let's just see what we could get on the top speed right now. An actual top speed run. Let's do it. I'm gonna get a little bit of tuck here just to just get every little mile per hour out of it if we can. 30. All right, it's kind of lingering right there at 30. All right, 29.6 miles per hour it says, but it does say waiting on GPS signal. So anyway, I'm gonna call that 30 miles per hour. That's crazy, man. Now that we know that, we've got it on the first ride. Let's get this thing on a full range test and see what kind of range we get on it on one full charge and no pedaling.
Next, gonna give it to you.
And just like that, I'm back from the full range test. Let me show you guys what we got. So we got 20 miles on one full charge. That was doing legit like 30 miles an hour the entire way, pretty much. It was mostly straight shot, like bike trail riding, but there was some city, you know, light to light riding as well. But most of the time this thing was maxed out. There were a couple people on the bike trails as well, so I was slowing down a little bit around them, but that's pretty much it. And so 20 miles on one charge is not bad. It's pretty average. That's about what every e-bike in this, you know, price range gets, but this one I will say is a lot faster than a lot of the bikes in this price range, which in my opinion just makes it so much better than all the other e-bikes in this price range. And because we didn't get to go over software originally, let's go over it really quick. I've seen the screen before, so I kind of know the software. It's your basic pedal assist, is your up and down arrows, then the menu will toggle through your trip, your voltage, and the current. I would assume that's your current you're drawing, and the time. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. You also do have your horn and your headlight over here. It's one of those electronic horns, nice and loud. This bike, I never experienced it cut out, like it was never dead. I don't think this one will cut out. When I was riding it though, it was slowing down significantly at the 20-mile mark. At 18 miles or so, I was rolling about 28 miles per hour, 29 miles per hour still. But then I went a couple more miles and it was just slowing down. I was probably doing maybe 17, 18 miles per hour when it hit, 20 miles. So the battery pack was obviously depleted, so I just called it there, though I will say I did not actually like stop. Like it was still a functional e-bike, but I didn't want to run it like super dead. 20 miles was the point where I was like, okay, this thing's really struggling to make the power, so I'm just gonna call it there. But yeah, overall, a really nice bike for $1,400. I keep saying that. I know I keep saying that, but for $1,400, you're getting like a legit full-on electric motorcycle bike, basically. You can just ride it like a motorcycle if you want. You can pedal it if you want. It's got the cargo bags on it. It's got the cargo rack on it. Decently comfortable seat. The performance on this thing, 20-mile range, 30 mile per hour top speed, is really not bad for this price range. And you get front suspension with that. Usually there's a trade-off somewhere in this cheaper, average price category if you're getting a lot of top speed. So if it's like 30 miles per hour, you're only getting like 18 miles of range and no suspension or whatever. So this one, I feel like is a really good all-around e-bike. Plus you have the fat tires too. Even if other e-bikes have the same, suspension and performance, usually the tires are just like normal bike tires or something. So I feel like this one is like the full package for $1,400. Now obviously it doesn't have rear suspension, so that is obviously a trade-off, but again, you're not paying an arm and a leg for this thing, so I'm not going to complain really. Front suspension's all you need. Front suspension takes out like 90% of the bumps. The last 10% would get covered by rear suspension, but not a big deal. All around good bike, but I will say it does not feel like super ultra high quality, well built. But again, for the performance, the money is, it speaks for itself. It's worth the money at that point, just for the performance, as long as it doesn't actually fall apart. That's all that really matters. And because it is a cheaper e-bike, all these parts are really swappable. I looked up the screen. You can order this unit. It's a pretty standard screen across a lot of different e-bike models. So all these parts, if they do start breaking, you probably could order them pretty easily. All right, well, there you guys have it for the Philodo H7 for $1,400. Again, not a bad e-bike. I definitely can recommend this one. Plus it's from Amazon, so if you need your money back, you probably could get it back if you needed it. All right, links below if you guys want to check it out, see the specs for yourself. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.